ultimately make decisions here today that affect every citizen of our wonderful county and communities. Lead, guide, and direct us, I pray in thy name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. First up on the agenda is approval of the minutes. We have two meetings. I'll ask for a motion and a second on the first minutes of August the 8th.
Motion to approve August 8th minutes.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, ready to vote. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
3. I was absent for that meeting. Okay, the second list of minutes is for August the 14th, 2023. Motion?
Motion to approve August 14th.
Second.
Okay, motion and second. All in favor by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, 4-0. Okay, commissioners' reports and comments. Vice President Klein, you want to go first today?
Sure, I gladly do. Good morning, everyone. I attended an event by the Clear Spring Historical Society yesterday at the Plum Grove Mansion. The Hancock Civil War String Band played. It was quite a tribute to the Civil War and the music. That was an awesome experience. If you ever get a chance to go to Plum Grove, please go visit. And if you ever get a chance to listen to the Hancock Civil War String Band, I'd strongly urge you to do. You'll enjoy it immensely. I also attended the August-Toberfest down at the Ag Center. It was on Saturday. It was well attended. The weather was a great set of volunteers. Did an excellent job. And also last week, I attended the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. We know the PIA as one of their graduation ceremony, and I believe there was 10 or 11 of them, all of them had jobs leaving PIA or our strong prospects. Thank you. That concludes my report.
Mr. Wagner?
Yeah, good morning. Also attended PIA. That's a wonderful program out there at the airport. Had 11 graduates, and they had some additions to the classroom, which had a new King Air 350, which is a twin turboprop plane. They got military surplus. They flew it in so it's flyable, so that's going to be a huge asset to their training. And they had an engine off of I don't know the name of it. It's off an MD-80, like a passenger. That's going to also be another huge training. And it's like Jeff said, had Piedmont Airlines there, Omni Airlines there, and those kids had multiple offers, and everybody has a good job, you know, anywhere from starting at, what I'm understanding from some of them there, 50 to 80,000 a year starting, but they have to relocate generally, but you know, it's not too far usually, even though I think last class someone went to Hawaii, so whatever. Also, well, I saw we have some representatives that are going to speak from the Women's Commission. I'm the commissioner on that. I had our last meeting at the Women's Club, and they can fill you in on that if they're going to do that. But I learned a lot at the Women's Club. I didn't realize what they all did there. Actually, it's shame on me, but I didn't, that they do a lot down there that I didn't realize, and I learned a lot at that meeting. So that concludes my report.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Harvey?
Thank you, President Barr. Good morning, everyone. Like Jeff, I enjoyed the August-Toberfest and the great turnout. My family enjoyed it, and wonderful volunteers, good food, good beer, good music, so it was a lot of fun. Other business, Fire Association monthly meeting, you know, continue to work through issues there on standards and EMS, and Jeff accompanied me there, and great group of volunteers working hard for public safety in our county. I also went to the Board of Elections meeting where they were addressing the upcoming elections planning process. And they're planning on having a public hearing next month to go through some of their planning elements for the next election. And they're going to be making a decision about besides Virginia. Looking at that site as well as others, much participation. So near the main Virginia Avenue early voting site, co-locate two so closely together, such a large county, and I think the goal is to draw in as many people and give as many people as possible an opportunity to that public, they neck it down to their options. They will be considering places outside of the downtown, Morgansville, someplace else. Keep an eye out for that. It'll be a note that today we're going to have a public hearing very shortly about convenience stores, and we probably have a number of people who are going to be speaking to. I'm eager to learn a little bit more about it. I have a lot of questions, so I'm looking for clarity. What the implications are, the obvious ones, but also the second consequences, because I'm always concerned about opening the door that we don't anticipate, and then we get down the road and we'll have a situation that we don't like at all. So I'd like to understand, you know, if we're going to allow 6,000 square foot convenience stores and you're going to allow parking of 3.5 trucks for each 500 square feet of the convenience store, that would allow long-haul truck parking for 42 long-haul trucks. Now, I'm wrong about my calculations there, but I'd like to be disabused of that. You know, they say that the average convenience store is between 4,000 and 6,000 square feet nowadays. So I'd like to understand, you know, what our goals are and our objectives are from a development perspective to our comprehensive plan for what we want the county to look like. We need to expand truck parking outside highway interchange areas is a question that I'd like to have answered, and why and what the data is that supports that. Or am I wrong and it is not going to go beyond the highway interchange area? What's the implications for the rural business districts? Is there data to show that there's a demand for truck parking outside of the interstate highway interchange areas? Where are all of our convenience stores anyway? And what's the option for those convenience stores that already exist to expand significantly? And what would those implications be? And would truck parking be allowed at those locations then too? You could say that there might be natural limits to that, but I'm not sure, because if you have sufficient income or investors or the desire, anything is possible. So what are the unintended consequences? You know, that's what I'm interested in hearing about, not just the intended consequences of the hearing today. So I'm looking for clarity. I haven't prejudged anything, but I have a lot of questions about that issue. And this is not, in my view, about the Williamsport truck parking, truck stop issue that has been in the news so much, because I think this is much more expansive and impacts areas across the county. So maybe I'm wrong on that, but I'd like to be, you know, informed better so I can understand it. And with that, Mr. President, I turn it back over to you.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Harvey. I have a number of things. Good morning, everyone. And first, I'd like to start out by thanking my fellow commissioners. The last 2 weeks, you've covered a lot of bases, a lot of openings and opportunities to serve in our community. A number of us spent all of last week in Ocean City at the annual Maryland Association of Counties Summer Convention. And no, I did not see the beach. I did not touch the sand. As a past president of MACO, I do have to brag a little bit. I got my badge up here. I think I got the award for the most ribbons.
Wave it.
Commissioner Wagner wanted me to wear it. I think he wants to slip over here and pull it up and choke me with it. So.
Is that a motion?
I'll second
They're
that.
too eager. They're too eager. So, but in all seriousness, it was a record turnout. the most participants, both elected officials, county or state governor's office and his cabinet and many of his staff, the exhibitors from around the state and other areas. It was phenomenal. And I have to brag a little bit between our PR department and our business development folks. They hit it out of the park. Washington County had, I know I have a biased opinion, but absolutely had the best booth, the best food, the best handouts. I couldn't even get into our booth at times because people were lined up waiting to see what Washington County has to offer.
Well, John, I think that's part of your leadership, okay? You prepared everyone quite well, so.
Didn't hurt to have locally brewed beer there.
Well, we did have some locally brewed beer, but we also had pies that were made right here in Washington County with fruit that was grown here in Washington County. The governor, we personally delivered 3 pies to the governor. He was ecstatic. So the place, it was a hit this year, and I'd just like to and forgive me if I missed someone's name, but Danielle Weaver and her staff, is Danielle not here in the room this morning, but Danielle, Linda, Michelle, Carmen, Alex, Jonathan, and Michelle Gordon. Worked the booth, talked to folks, greeted folks. It was an incredible week, and Washington County did shine at the summer convention, and I can't say that enough. So thanks to everyone. A lot of effort to put that together. So the networking was phenomenal. And again, Governor Moore and Lieutenant Governor Miller were there 3 days, walking, talking, and greeting folks. Governor gave a very inspiring speech on Saturday morning. It's not what everyone wanted to hear, but he did put a message out that spending needs to be brought in check, and it's not a revenue issue, it's more of a spending issue. So the governor very eloquently made that very, very clear. So also had the opportunity, and I know Calvin Ball, Howard County Executive, who is the current president, will be here with us next